everyone, and welcome to our latest episode of Experience Insiders, the show where we sit down with folks who are shaping the next era of customer experience. And I'm so excited to have on the show with me today Kelly Cook, who is the new CEO of David's Bridal. Kelly, thanks so much for being on.
Oh, Alicia, it's so good to see you again. Thank you for having me.
Of course, of course. I mean, we had to have you on the show, especially because this is such a big moment for you and for the brand. I mean, how are you feeling? You're ready to get going, right?
I am so ready, Alicia. This is like this. I mean, we call ourselves dream makers at David's, and it's literally a dream come true. I'm feeling great. I'm so excited to step in the role. David's new IEL to algorithm strategy is where we need to be. It's asset light. It's AI based. I'm so excited about all the announcements coming, and just really excited to be in this role with the team.
Yeah, it's excellent. We're going to get into this new vision, this new strategy, and some of the tactical components that really rise to the top for us, at least in our coverage at Retail Touchpoints. But let's do a little bit of a rewind here because we first spoke when you were president of brand, technology, and finance. And you've collectively been with David's Bridal for a little more than 5 years or so. So it's a good journey that you've had with this brand so far, and obviously a connection. I could just tell by how you're talking about David's Bridal. So what was that progression journey like, going from one stage to the next? Because you've hit on a few different functions, right?
I have. Well, it's been nothing short of extraordinary, that's for sure. And I knew I was in the right place at the right time. When my first week on the job, I went to my first David's Bridal store and I watched a bride ring the bell, meaning she had found the dress. I did not, Alicia, I did not know her, never met her before. And I'm bawling my head off. Like I am crying so hard, my fake eyelashes are falling off. Now I keep on my spares in my purse. But it's truly an extraordinary brand, extraordinary experiences. I love the passion. I love the love. I love the enthusiasm that the 6,000 dream makers have for the brides and so forth. It's an exciting role, and I'm glad that I've gone from marketing to IT to finance and then to the CEO role, because I think those are critical connecting points in modern retail.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I was actually going to ask about that because there is that connectivity between like brand slash marketing as well as technology. So let's talk about that synergy and how like the art and the science and the STEM, so to speak, really do need to work together, and how that is taking shape for David's Bridal as it forges its new path forward.
Yeah, awesome question, Alicia. It's really the interconnectivity is crucial. I always say, the experience of the brand and the story that you're telling about the brand are one and the same nowadays. And because they're one and the same, you need data working in the same direction. We need technology to go in the same direction. We need the marketing to work, the experience of what's happening in the store, the experience online, the products we're selling. All of that has to work in unison for that machine to work. And what's been exciting is for the last couple of years, we have started to invest heavily in data rich, first party data, AI types of initiatives, as well as acquiring companies that make us a large presence in the wedding industry, such as Love Stories TV. And then you add on, in addition to the AI investment, we've launched the Pearl Media Network, which is basically our ad platform. And now, instead of us being dominant in a $4 billion wedding dress industry, now we want to become dominant in a $64 billion wedding industry market. So it really is awesome that David's is positioned this way. And when you look at some of our call data and you see the high trust marks that we get from consumers, it feels like it's all going in the same direction now. It's really quite remarkable.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought up that reframing of the brand and the market opportunity because the last time we spoke, when you were on Retail Remix, we talked a lot about how younger consumers and their connectivity to social media in particular has really changed the bridal landscape. And like, what is a wedding? Like, how does one dress for a wedding? What are the trends? And it doesn't just hit social media. It hits marketing more broadly. It impacts your loyalty strategy. It impacts media because they're consuming media in so many different ways. So I would love to explore and dig into that aspect of reframing the market opportunity for David's Bridal because it really seems like you really are trying to be more than just a quote unquote place where you go to buy the wedding dress or buy the mother of the bride dress or what have you. So what is that reframing going to actually take? And I'm sure like the motions are already in place, right? Like are there any big landmark moments that have happened so far?
Yeah, I mean, you said it well, and you said it beautifully. Like social media is a game changer for everybody, no matter what the industry is, from pharmacy to automotive and absolutely retail. It's absolutely a game changer for us. And the bottom line is we've got to participate in the bridal and the wedding planning moments as she wants to participate. So an example of that is, we launched DoorDash a few months ago, right?
Mm.
DoorDash. Our number, guess what our number one market is in DoorDash? If you had it, I know you would guess it if I gave you time. If you think about spontaneous weddings, Vegas. Vegas is
Oh, that makes sense.
yeah, but
Yeah.
I sort of think of DoorDash as almost like social commerce, right? So if you think about social media, the definition of social media is changing. It's not just, checking into Facebook that wherever you're having dinner, it's how you're living your life. And so from DoorDash to the other places that we are investing in social commerce, we have TikTok shop, we have IG shop, all of those things are allowing us to bring forward the experience in a personal and meaningful way. And what makes it even better is that we're not even just weddings now, Alicia. We're all life's moments. We're debutante balls. We're prom. We're homecoming. I mean, I look at some of our prom dresses and I'm like, oh my God, it makes me want to go to prom again. And then I think I would never want to be that age again. So then I quickly forget that I want to go to prom again.
Same.
But yeah, I never want to do that again. But it really does fortify our commitment to delivering exceptional customer experiences, regardless of how she wants to do it. We are there for her to provide a seamless experience.
Yeah. And you've really done some incredible things for the prom industry, like the loyalty initiatives there. And it really speaks to the whole moment, as you noted. It's not just getting the dress and it's like, okay, goodbye, good luck to you. It's really about leading people through that journey and that experience. Which I guess brings us to Pearl Media Network, right? Because I think it speaks to even what you said about DoorDash that commerce is everywhere and it's instantaneous. And sometimes there's an immediate need or there's immediate inspiration. And obviously, media supports that and enables that, facilitates that. So this ties to something that we covered, like the acquisition of Love Stories TV, and then it turned into and drove the launch of Pearl Media Network in late 2024. So give us the scoop as much as you can. How are you seeing this retail media landscape or opportunity, not just supporting the experience, but even the loyalty conversation, right? Because I feel like this space is evolving so quickly, but there's still so much creative opportunity here that's been untapped.
That great question. So Pearl Media Network combined with the Diamond Loyalty Program, combined with the Love Stories TV acquisition, combined with our retail presence is completely redefining the wedding industry. I mean, our Diamond Loyalty Program is almost 3 million members long. Yeah, what? And so we have incredible retention. We've given away over 1,000 free honeymoons. I mean, it is wildly successful. And when you combine that with the Pearl Media Network and the AI components that we're implementing through Pearl, I mean, we have an AI analyzer tool that allows us to interpret the wedding vision in a way that feeds Pearl. So she comes into Pearl, she signs up for Pearl, and we immediately, through different data that she's provided us, through her search history, through dresses, and other first party data sources, we can interpret and start to present to her a theme for her wedding. And then that theme and that data powers Pearl Media Network. So if she's getting married in a barn in the fall and she wants bridesmaids dresses with sleeves, that's the kind of content and ads we provide back to her. So when she's interacting with us, she really, really feels like we know her. Then when you push that forward to Love Stories TV, Alicia, she is consuming 10 hours of video content a week. Just video
What?
content. That's not even searching vendors or, booking caterers. I'm talking 10 hours of video content. And we have a little less than 100,000 wedding videos on Love Stories TV. So that journey that I was just sharing with you, and then she goes into Love Stories TV, we can auto prompt content that ties back to her specific theme. So the whole thing, the whole journey, which lasts, by the way, 18 months and is now about $36,000 on average, we can provide a seamless experience all through that journey that shows her that we know her.
Wow. So, in a way, David's Bridal is no longer just a retailer. Like, it is becoming a true content, lifestyle driven experience, essentially, which I think is so fascinating because the conversation has always been, well, how do we ensure we have presence through these platforms? How do we, be where the customer is? But no, like you're the destination now, which is helpful because you're owning that engagement, that experience, and ultimately all of that great data, to your point, that you're getting about the customer.
So true. Yeah, and it's similar to what I was saying. I mean, the retail media allows you to connect with them in a different way across every single touch point. And it's an honor and a privilege that we very, very much treasure at
Yeah.
David's. I mean, if you think about it, when she walks down the aisle, Alicia, we're actually walking with her. I
I love
mean,
that.
think about that. Yeah, and not many people can say that. And so celebrating at every touch point in all of life's moments with all of the connecting points that we build, it strengthens the bond and the trust that we have with them. And the trust that I think out of all of the qualitative data that I see as CEO, seeing a trust score that high probably brings me the most joy, because you don't trust with one thing. It's a whole bunch of things that make up that trust. Like my Scooby snack of a husband that I've been with 31 years, I trust him with my life, but it's a lot of things that make
Yeah.
me trust him, not just one. And that's what makes, I think, me and my 6,000 Dreammaker colleagues most proud, is that the trust is there. And you have to continue to deliver as things evolve to maintain or grow that trust.
Right. And it all goes back to that moment, right, where they're ringing the wedding bell, and it really is that resonant moment of connection and feeling like we're experiencing this together in a lot of ways. So to that end, how do you see all of these great digital initiatives, all the great moves you're making in media, in AI, and other areas? How is this laddering back or connecting back to that in-store experience? And are there any other top of mind priorities and goals for you as you venture further into your time as CEO?
Yeah, so it's interesting. The in-store experience is actually, out of all the retail verticals I think out there, it's most important to David's. Um, the amount of online bridal gowns sold across all industries is, or all companies, is fairly low relative to some like grocery and some of these others. So the in-store experience is crucial, and we are evolving that experience. We already, all of that rich data that I was sharing with you earlier is all in the hands of our stylists. So when the bride walks into a store, that stylist has all that information, from your favorites to your themes to your UGC, all of that. So that experience is really, really important. And it's really important for one other angle, Alicia, that actually has nothing to do with technology and digital. And that is the humanity of the interaction. And
Mm.
what I mean by that is, from our data, most women don't like parts of their body, if not all their body. Two, they know these pictures that they're going to take at their wedding are going to last a lifetime. And three, they don't know how to fix the anxiety they feel about that wedding day. So think about all of that that's in her head when she gets into that store for that appointment. And our stylists are trained for 4 weeks straight on how to embrace that experience and embrace her anxiety and make her feel better. I mean, I tell the story of my daughter who married my son Dalton. Her name is Chris. And Dalton is like 6'3", 250, size 15 foot, huge, huge kid, yummy little teddy bear of a guy. I love him. Well, I love all five of my kids, but in this particular story, I love Dalton. He proposed to a young lady named Chris. Chris is 6 foot tall, beautiful, voluptuous woman. Peaches and cream complexion, just gorgeous, gorgeous girl, 6 foot tall. I think she's probably like a size 18 or something. So I took her to a David's Bridal to buy her wedding dress. That was our treat. And of course, we're buzzing around, and I'm not even paying attention, and she's trying on dress after dress. She tries on one of our Ola Cassini gowns, and she looks in the mirror and she says something I will never forget. She said, "I have never seen my waist before." I mean, think about it. So that's the kind of stuff that is happening in that in-store experience. So all of the tech, all the data, all the tools, all the digital acumen is all about pushing it into that experience that makes it magical at that moment.
I love that. Yeah, I've been having so many conversations with industry experts, practitioners, and it all circles back to the same thing. You can have all of the best cutting edge tech in the world, but if you don't have the people that really fulfill the promise of the brand and reach for that North Star promise that you're offering to your customer, all of those things, they don't really matter, right?
So true. Very, very well said. And I think the humanity of brands combined with the tech is really going to be how brands of the future differentiate themselves. I don't think it could be just tech. Like, I think it's got to have the humanity as well.
Agree. This is such a great way to put it. So I guess to close out, Kelly, I mean, we are day one into the role, right? I know you've spoken with a few folks leading up to, but now that you're in the seat, you're ready to go. Um, what's your top task or tasks, maybe top three, that you're especially excited to tackle as you roll up your sleeves and get going as CEO?
Well, I do have three. And, as again, just to close it out, I'm so excited to be in this role. And I mean, if cauliflower can become pizza, anything can happen. You know what I mean? So I just cheer on all the women out there that have visions of, doing great things and fulfilling their dreams. Yeah, I have three simple things that I'm focused on, because I serve three constituencies as CEO: our customers, our employees, and our shareholders. Right? That's who my loyalties are to. And so with that in mind, I have, lots of things that I'm responsible for. But if I boiled it down to three things, it's ensuring that we grow in an asset light way. That's number one. Two, I've got to deliver our profitability targets, which ties to asset light growth. And three, I want to make sure that we continue to deliver a brand experience that makes our customers and employees proud. That is a super, super, super near and dear to my heart. And that's what the Dream Maker strategy is all about.
Love it. Kelly Cook, CEO of David's Bridal. Thank you so much for taking the time out, Kelly.
Yes, Alicia, I enjoyed it so much. Thank you so much.
And thanks to all of you for joining us. We'll see you next time.